Xerxes' favorite place in the world was Winnie's treehouse.
It was high up in an oak tree and shaped like a castle. There was even a dragon carved around one turret. Winnie was nice to him, even though he had a strange name from ancient times.
His least favorite place in the world was anywhere near his wicked stepfather.
Xerxes had excelled at avoiding him until the untimely death of his mother. Then he was expected to be front and center at the funeral wearing a scratchy black suit.
It was after the funeral that Xerxes met the town's librarian and began to have suspicions. The woman and his wicked stepfather seemed to be great friends, sharing long looks and jokes no one else understood, including one about a blind donkey. Jokes at a funeral. It was unseemly. And then, a mere week later, his stepfather and this woman got married.
They had made him wear his scratchy suit again and carry their rings on a tiny pillow. He should have tossed the rings down the drain and told them both to go eat rotten eggs.
But Xerxes was a shy child who avoided any sort of conflict. So he carried their rings and listened to their vows and even ate a slice of lemon wedding cake, and it was really good cake. His poor dead mother would have been so ashamed of him.
That night, Xerxes couldn't sleep for grief. He decided to sneak down to the kitchen for a glass of milk and yet another piece of dastardly lemon cake. That was when he overheard something he oughtn't. His stepfather and the librarian toasting the success of their plan with champagne.
What plan? Xerxes wondered. Oh, what a terrible wonderment that was, because it soon became clear their plan had been to murder Xerxes' mother.
Do you think the boy suspects us? The librarian asked. No, his stepfather said, and if he does, we'll just lock him up in the old tower by the lake and tell everyone he moved far away to live with an aunt or uncle. Xerxes gasped, and his stepfather hissed, "What was that?"
On pure instinct, still in his nightclothes and slippers, Xerxes tiptoed out into the snow. Then he ran to Winnie's treehouse. She would help him.
He wrote her a note about what he'd overheard and put it in the treehouse dragon's mouth before finding a blanket to wrap around his body. It was very cold. Should he stay here? Should he go back home? Was it still home with mother gone and married murderers running all over the place drinking champagne? Before Xerxes could decide, he fell asleep.
He awoke inside a sack which he soon discovered sat in a dank, dark, cold basement. The villains had found and kidnapped him. Was this part of the old tower? What was their fiendish plan? And did it involve any food? He was starving. "Hello?" he called out.
"Hello," a friendly voice called out from above. A beam of light suddenly appeared as a high, small window opened. Xerxes saw snow through it, then a boy's face. "My name is Yorick. Would you like some food?" "Yes, please." Yorick lowered a basket into the basement with rope. There were ham sandwiches, plums, and a jug of water. "I ate the cake," Yorick said. "Sorry." "Lemon cake?" "Yes." "That's all right. Could you help me escape?" "Oh, no, I can't have any part of freeing a murderer. That would be really bad."
"I'm not a murderer. They are." "They said you'd say that. Besides, they're paying me. Can you pay me more?" Xerxes shook his head. He realized he owned nothing in the world but his nightclothes. Nothing at all. But that didn't matter. Winnie would find his note. She would save him.
"Cheer up," Yorick said. "I'll tell you a joke. What is brown and sticky?" Xerxes guessed syrup, then sap, then mud, but Yorick just shook his head and laughed. "A stick," he finally exclaimed. "A stick is brown and sticky." This odd routine continued for 7 days. Yorick, basket, food, water, joke. Xerxes discovered a family of sweet mice and fed them his bread crusts. But Yorick was never persuaded to rescue him and always left the rope well out of reach.
But on the 8th day, Yorick didn't come. No one did. That evening, Xerxes drank the last of his water. On the 9th day, he and the mice found and ate every crumb on the basement floor. On the 10th day, he shivered and wondered where Winnie was. On the 11th day, he remembered how they played in the castle treehouse, how green the leaves had been in the summertime. On the 12th day, his last day, Xerxes cowered in the corner as the mice came for him. The end.
Xerxes, you have been done in by bad people through no fault of your own. I am so sorry. I think yours might be one of the most horrible deaths in this book. Edward Gorey. Okay, so why do you think Xerxes was devoured by mice? If you have a different idea, a different story, I would love to hear it in the comments. How bizarre. Tomorrow is Yorick. And the day after that is Halloween and Zilla. We are nearly done. So, thank you for watching. I am Rachel of Rachel Gets Creative. I appreciate you so much, especially if you're still here at the end of the alphabet. And I love you. See you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.